everyone! Today I'm going to take a few minutes to kind of go over and review some of the brushes I use in my videos and make some recommendations as to what brushes I like and that I would suggest for you to all try if you're in the market for some new makeup brushes. So I'm going to start with some face brushes that I use, and the first one I'm going to start with is this one here. And this is the MAC 187 Duo Fiber brush. These are also usually referred to as stippling brushes, and they work really good to just apply in circular motions to your face. You can use these for things like cream and powder products such as blush, bronzers. This is actually a larger size that MAC has. It runs around $42. Now they also have the 188 brush, which is a smaller version of this, so it's cheaper. And I've actually heard that people prefer this for the application of foundation because it's smaller, it won't create any streaks, and that it's just easier to use overall. So you could look into both of those if you wanted one of these duo fiber brushes here. Now I know MAC brushes can be a little expensive, so if you're looking for an alternative and want one of those stippling brushes, you can go ahead and try this one. Now this brush is from the brand Real Techniques. It's that same stippling duo fiber type brush that works really great for blending in your foundations or any of those powder or cream products onto your face. They sell this brand at Ulta, and I believe you can also get it on the Real Techniques website, which I'll link below. Another great Real Techniques brush for using on your face for things like foundation is their Expert Face brush. Now I like this one a lot. It really buffs in the product really well to your face, and it's super soft too. Now both of these brushes here that I just talked about will run you anywhere from around $8 to $10, so it's a really good deal. Another brush I have, which I've had forever, is this MAC 182 brush, and this is called their buffing brush. These also are usually sold as kabuki brushes, and they do a really nice job just buffing product into your face. It's another super soft brush, and like I said, I've had this for a long time, probably about 4 years now, and it's held up really well. And I don't have it here with me, but I know that Real Techniques does also sell a kabuki style brush like this. Another brush I use on my face a lot is this large angled contour brush here from MAC. Now this brush is really great for contouring your cheekbones like you've seen me do in a lot of my videos. You can also use this for applying blush and bronzer to your face. I really love this brush, but again, I know it can be a little pricey to purchase MAC brushes. So another one I use, and I've also had this for a few years as well, is this brush here. As you can see, it has two ends to it. And I actually picked this up at CVS, which is a drugstore. I believe it was only maybe $5 to $7. Now, it has that contour end on it. It's a little less dense than the MAC one, but if you kind of just hold it between your fingers when you're applying, it'll make it more dense and pretty much do the same job as the MAC one. Now, the other side, which is kind of just a powder brush here, I use when I apply a highlighter. So I'll use this to apply the highlighter to my cheekbones or down the bridge of my nose, etc. Now I will tell you, this brush hasn't held up as well. It's shedded some, and it's just not as soft as a higher end brush will be, but it will get the job done. So you can go ahead and check this out, and the brand is Essence of Beauty, and they sell these at CVS drugstores. Now as far as blush brushes go, I have this one here, which is just kind of a large fluffy blush brush, which I picked up at Sephora a few years ago. It says it's their Sephora Professional line, and I looked online and this exact brush isn't made anymore. I think the line has changed over the past few years, but it works really well. It's held up. Again, very soft, and I just use this to apply blush, and I'll also sometimes use this to apply a translucent powder all over my face. And I've been really happy with this. So you can also check out the brushes available at Sephora because they have their own line. The other blush brush I have is this MAC 129 SE brush, which came in a holiday set. Now I'm going to segue for a second and tell you about these holiday sets that MAC come out with. They come with about, I think, 5 to 6 brushes and normally run around $50 to $55. All the brushes are the shorter size. I'll go ahead and pick up a few for you to see here. But they do the same job. They're great quality. I've heard mixed reviews about some not being as great as the full-size brushes, but I've never had a problem. And like I said, for $50 to $55, you can get a handful of really great brushes that will last you a long time. So I have this blush one right here, and again, I'll just use this to apply the product to my cheeks, and had these a few years and they're holding up great. Now moving on to eye brushes, I'm going to show you some of my favorite brushes I have. The first one being the MAC 239 shader brush. Now I love this brush for applying eyeshadow to your lid, and it also works great for doing a little bit of precision blending, but like I said, it's really great for packing the eyeshadow onto your lid and getting nice even coverage of the color. Now again, I have this same brush in that short size, so you can get these brushes in those holiday kits and save a lot of money. Now again, this is a bit of a stiff brush. It's not too stiff, it's not going to mess up your eyelids or anything, but it's great for applying the eyeshadow to the lid, and I also used it in this look I'm wearing to bring the shadow under my lower lash line, so you can be precise with this brush. Now one of my favorite eye brushes is definitely this MAC 217 blending brush. Mine's a little dirty right now because I just used it in some black shadow, but this brush is a lifesaver if you need to blend your eyeshadows. It works so well, and if you just take the time to blend, like in this look I'm wearing here, it's very dark, and I just blended it out and it makes the lines soft so you don't have these harsh, sharp lines on your eyes. If you were going to pick up maybe one or two MAC brushes, the two I would definitely suggest are this one, which is the 217, and the one I just showed you, which is the 239. I would say these would be the two that I would start with. Another really great brush to have in your collection is the MAC 219 pencil brush. Now this brush is great for being very precise and if you're doing any precision type blending. Now I often use this brush to bring shadow into my crease, the outer corner of my eye, and this would also work great for going under your lash line right here. I probably would recommend this as the third brush you should get. So those two I just said, and if you were going to pick up three, I would go ahead for this one. Brushes left to show you. Here I have this MAC 213 brush, and this is an eye brush. I don't know the exact description, but it's a little fluffier than that 239. I'll use it to apply some shadow to the inner corner of my eye here, and sometimes also up into my brow bone, and it's just a really nice basic shadow brush to have in your collection. Finally, the last brush I'm going to show you is this MAC 266 small angled brush. Now I know a lot of people really love this brush. People use it to fill in their brows, as well as use it for eyeliner. Now I've always used this for eyeliner with gel liners, and this is the brush that I feel most comfortable with applying gel liners, and everyone's going to have their own opinion and preference on which one. But if you're new to gel liners, this is definitely the brush that I would recommend for you. And this brush will also work good for applying shadow to your lower lash line. Now mine comes down a little bit far for this look, but if you wanted it to be more precise and closer to your lash line, this brush would work great because it's thin, so you can keep it higher up and just closer and a nice tight line up there. So I love this brush. I've had it for a long time, so you can see it's chipping a little bit. I probably need to get a new one soon. So yeah, that's it. I would say those are my top brushes. Those are some of the ones I would recommend to you. And like I said, I know MAC brushes can be expensive. These are brushes that I've collected over the past 5 to 6 years. It wasn't like I went to the store one night with $500 and picked all this stuff up. But just remember, Real Techniques is a really great brand that I can vouch for that you can pick up at Ulta or the Real Techniques website, which I'll link below. I can also tell you that I've heard really great things about Sigma brushes as well as Inglot brushes. I haven't used them myself, but like I said, among other makeup artists, beauty gurus, I've heard really great things. And I believe Inglot is having a sale right now with a coupon code, so I'm going to go ahead and put that below with a link to their website as well as the link to the Sigma Beauty website too. So if you want to go check out those brushes, compare prices, and just see what's available out there, I definitely suggest you go ahead and do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I definitely think having good brushes are essential to applying your makeup well. So If you guys have any specific questions about brushes, feel free to comment below, post to my Facebook page, send me a tweet, and I will respond to you and let you know what my thoughts are. So again, below I'll put the links to my Facebook, Twitter, etc. And yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!